that had some issues with water penetrating through the deck. And this is what happens when you don't have proper waterproofing on the deck. There was a waterproofing here, but it failed. So that was completely ripped out, and a new system is being put in. What you see here is a product made by Schluter. It's a metal edging, and it's called Bar-Rak, B-A-R-R-A-K, and it's designed for outside decks, and it's got a drip edge on it, and it's you apply this with on the edges of the decking, and then you put Ditra up to it, and there's the profile of the metal. And so the I've also put a drain in here, Kerdi drain, because this deck is supposedly sloped towards this corner here. So I've cut in all these metals and got them all pre-cut, so that all I have to do is apply them. And I've already started on this end here, and you put this down with thin set. You embed it in thin set, and then you put a Kerdi band over it. So here's the thin set that you embedded in, and it goes up to the Ditra. And then what you do is you have to put Kerdi band over this metal, overlapping the Ditra by 2 inches. And on the leading edge of the Kerdi band, on the front end edge of the metal, you use a product called Kerdi Fix, and then you use thin set over the rest of it, and embed the Kerdi band over into the thin set and overlapping the Ditra by 2 inches. This I actually had to apply 2 layers of this Kerdi band, because it was only a 5-inch wide Kerdi band, and it just didn't go far enough over the Ditra, so I had to put 2 layers of that to overlap it, to make sure I get the 2-inch overlap. And then on the seams where the Ditra meets itself, because the Ditra is only about 40 inches wide and it comes in a roll, you apply a strip of Kerdi band so that it overlaps. And what you've actually created here is you've put a completely waterproof membrane over the floor. And then I did it up here against the house as well, going up the side. And so, but there's really not much water over here, because this is a screened-in porch, so water really doesn't get too close to the house. It's mainly over by the edges. So, and then they wanted to put that drain in that you saw over there, just so that if it gets a lot of water on it, they can just squeegee it down into the drain. So anyway, that's the Ditra and the Bar-Rak. And now what you need to do is install the tile. And when you install this tile, because it's outside, what you need to do is make sure that you get as close as possible to 100% coverage on the back of the tile. It's not as critical on an inside installation, but here in New England, we have cold winters where we get freezing temperatures, so you want to keep as much water out of the thin set as possible, because the water will penetrate, freeze thaw, and the tile can pop. So you want to get as close as possible to 100% coverage. And then on the tile edge, going up the post, you want to also apply the Kerdi band so that you get a complete seal up the posts and onto the Ditra, and you don't get any water penetrating through the post as well. So you just want to make sure that you get a completely waterproof installation. And once again, you've got to make sure that you get as close as possible to 100% coverage on the tile when you then set that down. And then on top of that bar rack, I also put another jolly, just to cover the edge of the tile. And that's what you see there. It's the the bar rack, and then the jolly, the same color, metal, to protect the edge of the tile, and then the tile will install. So this is completely waterproof. There should not be any more water penetration, and it's going up the post there, probably about 4 inches, almost 4 inches, and it's completely sealed to the deck. And then the contractor is going to come in. He's going to fill in those bottom parts, and then he's going to put some more Kerdi fix between the tile and the post, just to give it another layer of protection. And then he's going to put the screens back in. So that's basically the way you do an outside deck with the bar rack. And then you grout it. I actually use power grout on this deck here. And you want to make sure that you leave an expansion joint, because this is an outside area, and there's a lot of movement, so there's not butted tight to the post, it's not butted tight to the house, and there is an expansion joint also in the tile field, in the grout line. So you're supposed to have one every like 8 feet. So that's basically how you install a outside deck on a plywood subfloor. Ditra, bar rack, Kerdi band, and make sure everything is completely watertight. Shouldn't have any more problems with this water penetrating into this and rotting the plywood underneath and getting into the garage downstairs.